We're jumping in to talk about Trevonte Citizen, the shock of the day as Miami beats out several schools. I mean, put on like 20 hats before taking on. How big of a shocker was this one for you?
Yeah, I thought it was huge. When we talked to him in San Antonio, he was all over the map. And so he finally settled in with Auburn, Florida, LSU. And then Miami kind of got into that mix too as the fourth school. And then, he took his visits and visited LSU and was at Florida for a couple days, then bounced down to Miami. And it just felt like, for a while, Auburn was the school. The rumors, fairly or unfairly, about Cadillac Williams possibly going to the NFL or looking at those opportunities had Auburn slide off over the last 24 hours. So then everybody was like, okay, is he going to stay home at LSU? Is he going to go to Florida? I mean, it didn't really even feel like Miami was that much in the mix. And I'm talking to Mario Cristobal later, and I'll certainly ask him about how those guys felt. But that's absolutely huge because, just a few weeks ago when we talked to him in person, he wasn't really talking about Miami much. Through January, as he was taking his visits, he visited Miami. But in the last couple of days, it didn't really feel like Miami at all. So this is definitely a big statement win for Mario Cristobal to go into Louisiana and get a 4-star running back when LSU really wanted him and Florida really wanted him too.
Yeah, it's not easy to go in Louisiana, even though there's a coaching change and stuff like that. That's just not something you do. And it's not like, Cristobal's known for being able to recruit coast to coast, but he wasn't pulling guys from Louisiana to Oregon. So this was a key. I think, Kevin Smith and his arrival at Miami can't be understated here. Of course, he was at Ole Miss. They weren't really in the mix for Citizen, but I mean, he's a charismatic guy. He's from Miami. He played in the NFL. And I think that holds a lot of weight with these guys. And I think that helped lock them up. I mean, you can't underestimate the last visit. I've noticed when we're projecting a lot of these guys today or this week, a lot of the last visits were being ignored. Like last week, it's like, oh, this guy's going to this school. And it's like, but he's visiting another school this weekend. You can't count that out. Why did we all just start doing this? What happened?
Yeah. And the thing with Citizen and where Miami might have had a little bit of luck here was, his loyalty to any program. And this isn't a criticism of him. It was just, kind of a mile wide and an inch deep. He wasn't like locked in with any school. He was committed to LSU for a short time, but he wasn't locked in anywhere. He looked like he was willing to leave the state more than some other kids had been in the past. He had kind of flirted with a bunch of schools. He had looked at schools, even, Michigan State and schools that hadn't really been involved with Louisiana kids a ton. So he was kind of all over the map, and that might have really benefited Miami, be able to come in and swoop in late. But you have to give, like you said, Kevin Smith credit, Mario Cristobal credit to get him on campus, to sell that vision, to make Miami fun, all those things. And it's a huge pickup that can continue to reap rewards going into the 2023 class.
Yeah, and we saw one of the problems at Oregon. They had two successful backs in Verdell and Dye, but those were recruited by those are two staffs before. So, they never really got the guy that panned out. That was the star running back at Oregon. And this could be him at Miami. And Miami fans will tell you, they've been underwhelmed with the backs they've had there. So he's a bruiser. He can catch the ball in the backfield. It's a chance to come in and play right away.